Hello and welcome. It's Frank Calabro Jr. and you are on video one in Frank Calabro Jr.'s Bitcoin Getting Started Guide. What I'm going to do is put together a training for brand new people, and I've been inundated with people trying to basically reaching out to me, asking me for Bitcoin training. And I had some training that I created, I guess, about 4 or 5 years ago. It's outdated, and I wanted to update that training and help people get started in Bitcoin. Now, the awesome thing about this is I'm going to streamline this for you. Okay, I'm going to eliminate a lot of confusion. I'm not going to just throw a whole bunch of information at you. I want you to get started quickly and without, getting you lost, because you can really get lost in Bitcoin. You could go down this rabbit hole as deep as you want to go. Okay, and some of you are going to go down deep, just like I did. Okay, when I got hooked on Bitcoin. Now, I first learned about Bitcoin probably around 2011 timeframe when I was still at my traditional business, and I thought it was the craziest idea I had ever heard of. Why would you take fiat dollars, currency, paper dollars, and trade them for digital credits on a computer screen? Why would you want to do that? It sounded like the craziest thing I ever heard of, and I just couldn't understand why anyone would want to do something like that. Fast forward to about 2015 and 2016 time frame, that's when I really started getting involved with Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin was kind of like becoming very popular with a lot of the projects that I was working on. I also began to purchase Bitcoin as a hedge against cash. I fully didn't even understand Bitcoin, yet I was buying it each and every single month. And I was doing it month after month, year after year. In fact, I was buying $2,000 worth of Bitcoin every single month. Didn't even fully understand the purpose of Bitcoin yet. And it was pretty cheap at the time, I guess. It was under $700. I know that. Under $700. And people thought I was crazy. I was also buying 100 ounces of silver each month and doing some other things, okay, as a hedge against cash. And like I said, this was 2015, 2016 time frame. So fast forward, over the past 5 years, I've been getting paid in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies now, and it's been life-changing beyond a shadow of a doubt. It's amazing what this technology is and what it can do for your life. I will tell you this. Bitcoin is the internet of money, okay? We all had to learn how to use the internet at some point. We learned how to use like a email at some point, right? Well, it's the same thing with Bitcoin. It's no different than learning how to use the internet. Once you learn how to use it, it's going to be as easy as breathing, okay? I'm serious. It's that simple. It's not complicated. When I got started, it was complicated. There was no training. There was no guide. It was kind of like figure out how to use it on your own, trying to figure out how to get it on your own. I didn't have any training. I didn't have any direction. I didn't even know where to turn at the time, okay? But right now, it's never been easier to get started or get involved, and I'm going to walk you through this. Grab your notebook. Here we go, guys. So, like I said, we're going to give you some training, and we're going to help you get started with Bitcoin quickly and efficiently without information overload, okay? I'm not going to impress you with all my Bitcoin knowledge and all this other nonsense. I'm going to help you get started right now, today, within the next few minutes, okay? And I'm going to show you exactly where to go to get started. I'm going to give you guys a training that I wish I had, but it wasn't available. I'm going to eliminate any confusion that you may have. I'm going to give you simple steps that are easy to follow, okay? Just really simple directions. You can get started with Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies today. And like I said, it's never been easier than it is right now to get started. It is incredibly easy and simple now compared to what we had to go through, some 5 years back. What I'm going to do is I'm going to break this down into bite-sized pieces. I'm not going to throw all this information at you at once and overwhelm you and give you this big, long list of things to do. I'm not going to do that. This is video 1, Bitcoin wallets. You're in video 1 right now. We're going to set up a Bitcoin wallet today, right now. Okay, this is the first video. You're going to get emailed these videos, okay? The next video that you're going to get is Bitcoin exchanges. Now, new people, almost all new people, probably about 99% or more, don't understand the difference between a Bitcoin wallet and a Bitcoin exchange. They get very confused by this, okay? There is a huge difference, and we're going to explain the differences. Video 3, we're going to get into Bitcoin storage and security. It is imperative that you watch that video. It's going to be essential, okay? You're going to want to watch all these videos, but that one is going to be especially important. Then we're going to get into a little bit about the Bitcoin story and the history of Bitcoin, okay? I'm not going to hit you with that at first, but this is stuff that you're going to want to know about. You're going to want to know some basics. And like I said, you can go as deep down the rabbit hole as you want to go with Bitcoin. It is fascinating. Some of you are going to get pulled in like I was. There was about a year I could think about nothing but Bitcoin. In fact, once I figured out how this worked, I couldn't sleep for like a year. I watched Bitcoin videos every day for over a year. I'm serious. And I'm going to show you guys exactly where I went to get the information. The fifth video is going to be Bitcoin tools and resources. I'm going to show you some things that you're going to want to know about. I'm going to show you where things are. I'm going to show you things that you're going to be using, okay? But you're not aware that they even exist probably yet. So I'm going to show you where these tools and resources are. And once again, I'm going to shorten the learning curve so you can get proficient with Bitcoin fast. So you're going to get 5 videos. I'm going to send these to you one at a time. We're going to stair-step you and walk you through this. But video 1 is Bitcoin wallets. That's what we're going to do right now today, because that's where a new person should begin. A new person, the first thing they should do is set up a Bitcoin wallet. That's where you want to start. Okay, so I'm going to give homework assignments with each and every single video lesson. It's going to be so simple, so easy to follow and understand. You're definitely going to want to take meticulous notes. You have to take notes. You have to take responsibility, because you got to keep records, because with Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency, keeping good records is essential, as you will soon learn. I'm not going to get into the details about it now, but we're going to talk about this in a moment, okay? It's kind of like having the keys to a bank, okay? You're going to have the keys to a bank. The only thing is, it's going to be your bank. You're going to be responsible for your bank and your bank account, okay? So keeping good records, it's not even going to be optional. It's going to be mandatory. If you're a disorganized person, you're going to struggle with Bitcoin. That I can promise you, okay? So just keep good records and you'll be organized. Let's begin. What we're going to do first is we want to set up a Bitcoin wallet. This is where you want to begin. And just about all new people do not understand, like I said, the difference between a Bitcoin wallet and a Bitcoin exchange. They don't understand the difference. Let's explain the difference, because you need to know this, okay? You need to know this, and I wish I knew this right away. I wish somebody taught me this, but once again, there was no training. What is a Bitcoin wallet? Now, first of all, a Bitcoin wallet is a crypto bank account that you control, okay? It's like a bank account that you control. It's an address where you can receive and send Bitcoin, much like a traditional bank account number, okay? That's exactly what it is. An address where you can receive and send Bitcoin. It never closes. You can use it anytime you want. There's no banking holidays with Bitcoin. There's no weekends with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is always open, my friends, all the time. There's no limits on how much you can send or receive. That's powerful. That's extremely powerful right there. It's permissionless and borderless. You can transact with someone halfway around the world, in another country, in another time zone. It doesn't matter. It's worldwide banking, okay? It's the internet of money for real. In addition, It is self-responsibility banking as you hold the private keys, and we'll talk about this in a moment, to your Bitcoin. Okay, you're going to hear a lot of new terms. Okay, if you're brand new, I'm going to explain these terms to you. Let's say that again. In addition, it is self-responsibility banking as you hold the private keys to your Bitcoin. It'll make sense in a moment. It is like having your very own Swiss bank that you own. So not only do you have a Swiss bank account, you actually own the Swiss bank. For real, guys, this is no joke, okay? And if you're brand new, I'm excited for you, because once you understand this, the light bulb is going to go off at some point. You're going to understand what Bitcoin is all about. You'll be like, oh my, why did I not learn about this sooner? Why did I not get involved sooner? Just like I said to myself in 2015 and 16, I was like, whoa, man, why didn't I do this earlier? Okay, but you're not too late, I promise you. Okay, you're probably 20 years early, in fact, okay? You're probably about 20 years early. People are just a very small percentage of people even have any Bitcoin. All right, let's talk about your Bitcoin wallet address. Let's go into a little more detail. You're going to hear the term called your Bitcoin public Bitcoin wallet address, or your Bitcoin wallet address. I'm trying to think of other names we could call it. Your public Bitcoin address, also known as your receiving address. Okay, all these terms mean the same thing. Okay, your public Bitcoin wallet address, your receiving address, and your Bitcoin wallet address, it all means the same thing. You can share this, okay? You can share your BTC address to accept payments in Bitcoin for products and services, or whatever, okay? Whatever, okay? You can share this address. This is kind of like your bank account number we talked about earlier, okay? That's what your Bitcoin wallet address is, also known as your public Bitcoin address. It is a string of alphanumeric characters, usually begins with a 1 or 3, usually. Older addresses can start with BC1, okay? Let's look at a couple examples of this. Here is a Bitcoin wallet address that begins with 1, okay? You can see it's a string of alphanumeric characters. Here's another example of a wallet address that begins with 3, okay? Once again, alphanumeric characters. And here's an older Bitcoin wallet address that begins with BC1, okay? And what you're going to want to do is set up a Bitcoin wallet address. That's the whole purpose of this training, but I'm showing you some examples of what an address actually looks like, okay? All right. Now, let's talk about this briefly. We're going to talk about this more in the next training, but I want to mention this now so that you know the difference, okay? What is a Bitcoin exchange? A Bitcoin exchange is basically a centralized Bitcoin exchange. It's much like a bank account, meaning they are governed by a central authority. So a Bitcoin exchange is very similar to like a traditional bank, okay? Very similar in many ways. You may use debit, credit cards. You can even connect your bank account to the exchange, okay? Like a bank, you will need to identify yourself and provide documentation to prove your identity. When you walk into a bank and you want to open up a bank account, well, of course, you got to show them your ID. You got to prove who you are, right? It's no different with a Bitcoin exchange. Fees can be higher as you're paying for features, flexibility, convenience, and customer support. Now, here's the key. Pay close attention to this. You will be given a Bitcoin wallet address that you may receive or send from. Now, here's the confusion that new people don't understand this. Because they open up an exchange account, they open up an account at a Bitcoin exchange, say, for example, like a Coinbase, okay? And they are given a wallet address. They think they have a Bitcoin wallet. You don't have a Bitcoin wallet. You have a wallet address, okay? There's a huge difference between a wallet address and a Bitcoin wallet. There's two separate terms there, and this is where a new person gets confused. They say, well, yeah, I got a Coinbase account. Of course I have a wallet address. Now, you can send Bitcoin there, or some other people can send you Bitcoin, and it can land in your exchange wallet address. That is true. You can also spend that Bitcoin. You can turn it into fiat dollars, all that cool stuff, okay? You got all kinds of functionality, okay? But you have a wallet address, but you do not have a Bitcoin wallet. Because, here's the key right here. New person doesn't understand this, but I'm going to clarify this for you clearly so you understand it. You surrender control and ownership of your Bitcoin as you are not given the private keys, okay? Just because you have a wallet address at an exchange, for an example, like a Coinbase, okay? They have ownership. They actually own that Bitcoin, okay? Yeah, you can use that wallet address as much as you want, all that kind of cool stuff, okay? For a fee. They're going to charge you with fees, right? There are some fees involved, but they actually have ownership of that Bitcoin because you're not given the private keys. That's the difference between a Bitcoin wallet and a wallet address, okay? And once you go forward in Bitcoin, this will become very clear. You will definitely understand the difference, okay? But this is one of those things that I did not know in the beginning. Nobody explained this. There was this learning curve. You had to figure out all this stuff on your own. It was just, it was cowboys and Indians, guys. It was just primitive, some 5 years ago. And if you go back even farther than that, it was really, you were on unknown territory with Bitcoin. There wasn't a lot of training. You really didn't understand this thing. Okay, let's talk about Bitcoin wallet private keys. Okay, you're going to set this up in just a few moments. Bitcoin wallet private keys. All right. Now you're going to hear these terms: private keys, recovery phrase, seed phrase, okay? Secret keys. You could even hear secret key, okay? All of these mean the same thing. They all mean the same thing. These are your Bitcoin wallet private keys. Different terminology. It all means the same thing. You may hear these phrases, and what they mean is ownership of the cryptocurrency assets. Okay? Whoever has the seed phrase owns the coins and has the right to spend the coins, cash the coins, move the coins, do whatever you want to do with the coins. Okay? But whoever has the private keys, that's who owns the coins. That's who really owns the coins. A seed phrase can be 12 or 24 words. Okay? I'll show you some examples in a moment. In the event that a mobile device, browser, or hardware wallet is stolen, lost, destroyed, or replaced, whomever has the seed phrase can restore the cryptocurrency wallet. Now, that's a whole lot of information for a new person, okay? Let's just go really slow. In the event that a mobile device, okay? So you got a mobile device. You got a wallet on your phone, okay? Or you have a browser wallet, okay? You're going to learn about these things. There are browser wallets. There's also things called hardware wallets, also known as cold storage devices, okay? All of these are wallets. Now, if these wallets, any one of these wallets, it's stolen, it's lost, it's destroyed, or replaced, you can restore this. You can get access to your coins, okay? As long as you have the seed phrase, you can restore the cryptocurrency wallet, okay? All right. Hopefully you guys understand that, but you will understand that before too long. If the keys are lost, the cryptocurrency in the wallet is also lost forever. So we talked about this, self-responsibility banking, okay? You don't ever want to lose that seed phrase. You don't ever want to lose those 12 or 24 words. You don't ever want to lose that. You lose that, you lose your money. You lose your bank account. That money, that Bitcoin or whatever cryptocurrency that is, it'll be locked into that wallet address forever. It'll never move again, ever. It is estimated that 30% of all Bitcoin, 7 million are lost. Now, there's various reasons for this, okay? Back in the early days of Bitcoin, people had Bitcoin on their computers. People were actually mining Bitcoin on their computers. Their computers crashed. They lost Bitcoin. There's a lot of variables, okay? That's just one example of hundreds of examples. People didn't keep good records, all kind of stuff, guys. People were hacked, you name it, okay? But it's imperative that you store that seed phrase securely and have multiple copies, multiple layers, well, I'll talk about in just a moment, because can you imagine 7 million Bitcoin are lost? It's astronomical, guys. It's just, if you try and figure out what that equals in dollars, figure that out times the price of Bitcoin right now, okay? It'll probably break your calculator. All right. Enough of that. So we talked about this. The recovery phrase could be 12 words, could be 24 words, okay? This is the information that you need to record and you need to store. You need to set up a system where you can never lose this, okay? I have come up with a way where it is impossible for me to lose my recovery phrase. You need to do the same thing. You need to come up with a solution so it is impossible for you to lose this, okay? And I'm going to give you a couple ideas. Once again, I did this in nice big bold letters because I can't emphasize this enough. You must come up with a system so that it is impossible for you to lose your recovery phrase words, okay? You need to come up with a system like I did, okay? Like many of us have come up with a system for this. Protect your wallet private keys. Some of the things I'm going to say, you're going to say, Frankie, this is overkill. But I will tell you this. In my world, where I live, guys, this is underkill, okay? I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing. I'm going to suggest some things. I'm going to plant some seeds in your mind and tell you what you should be doing at a minimum, but I'm not going to tell you exactly what I'm doing, because then you would know, probably be able to figure out what I'm doing with my private keys or where they might be stored or some other crazy thing, okay? But listen, just hear me out. Have 3 encrypted flash drive devices with your recovery phrase words minimum, okay? We all know what this is. It's a device you plug into the side of your computer. It's got a password on it, and it's encrypted. You can store private information on encrypted flash drives. I'm saying you need to have 3 copies minimum. Have 3 hard copies, preferably laminated, with your recovery phrase words minimum, okay? Once again, I'm just planting some seeds in your mind. Have 1 backup copy of your phrase words in a location outside of where you live, okay? Now, if my house burns down to the ground, okay, and I hope it doesn't, but if it did, if my house burned down to the ground, I lost my computer, I lost my phone, I lost everything, I can still get to my Bitcoin. I can still get to my Bitcoin, and you need to put layers in place for the same, okay? You need to do the same thing. You need to have layers in place where there's no way that you can lose your private keys. You can also store your recovery phrase on an encrypted external hard drive. Some of you may have one of those external hard drives. You plug it into your computer, you can put information on it, and it's encrypted. It's password protected, all that kind of cool stuff. Once again, I'm planting some seeds in your mind. Here's something. Memorize your 12 or 24 word C phrase. Believe it or not, you can do this in about 3 days. Yeah, you can memorize these words too. I would do all of this listed on this slide and memorize my seed phrase. What I'm going to suggest, okay? And like I said, you can actually memorize these pretty fast. Faster than you might think. 24 words, man, that's hard to remember. No, it's not. You could memorize that in about 3 days, okay? And I'm talking from experience. You could memorize that in about 3 days. And then if you repeat it every day for like a week, and then 2 weeks, then 3 weeks, and then 4 weeks, then like if you do it like 30 days in a row, you'll never forget those 24 words. You won't. It's going to be ingrained into your memory banks. Okay? So I'm just giving you guys some ideas on how you can protect your private keys, and I suggest you do all of this at a minimum. You may come up with some other system. You may have some other ideas. Okay? But there it is. All right, now we're going to open up your Bitcoin wallet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a few choices below this video. And I gave this a lot of thought, okay? I could have given you like about 12 different choices. I could have given you 25 different choices. And I thought, you know what? I'm not going to overwhelm people. I'm not going to give people so many choices that they're just confused. They don't know what to click on. They don't know what to do. They don't know where to begin. I wanted to make this super simple for a brand new person. Now, I have wallets set up on all 4 choices, okay? I'm going to give you like 4 choices, maybe 4 or 5. I'm not really sure. But I already have wallets set up on all of these. Do you need wallets set up on all of these? No, you do not, okay? You only need one wallet to start off with, and I suggest you just set up one, okay? And the reason I wrote down set up 2, it's just so you can practice this setup procedure and also practice recording your seed phrase, okay? So you can start developing some really good habits of setting up these wallets and keeping really good meticulous records, okay? That's the reason why I suggested set up 2 wallets. But in reality, you only need to set up 1 wallet, okay? You can click and download and install these wallets. It's so simple. You can set them up on your computer or your mobile device, however you want to do it, okay? Whatever's easiest for you. Now, I touched on this, but I picked these wallets because they're user-friendly and they're easy to understand, okay? These are just simple wallets. They're so simple, guys. They're easy to understand. You're not going to be all confused by this. It's going to be very streamlined, very simple, and I think these are some of the easiest wallets to use and understand for a brand new person. And like I said, you only need 1 wallet to start. You're definitely going to want to protect your private keys. We talked about this, right? Your phrase words. When you set this up, you're going to record those words. You're going to start to develop good habits. You're going to set up a system to secure these words and have multiple layers of security. All right, your Bitcoin wallet seed phrase. Couple of do not things to do. Do not take a photo and store this on your phone. Oh, God, that's crazy. That's insanity to do something like that. I know we get in the habit of swiping our phone and taking a picture, doing a screenshot. Do not do that. Do not do that, okay? Somebody gets access to your phone, they got your Bitcoin. They got your seed phrase. That's it, man. They can take your Bitcoin away from you. Do not store this on a plug-in flash drive, one of those plug-in flash drives you plug into the side of your computer. Somebody could grab that and they got your Bitcoin. They got all your cryptocurrency. It's insane. Anybody could grab that and have your information. You never would want to do something like this. Never store this on your computer, man. Your computer could crash. Your computer can be stolen. Somebody can hack into your computer. Somebody can use your computer and get your seed phrase. I mean, there's so many variables there. I mean, you would never want to store this on your computer. And I think, some of those people that lost that Bitcoin, the 30%, they probably had their seed phrase on their computer. Crazy, man. Crazy stuff. Develop good habits. From the very, very beginning, you're never going to have an issue. All right, your new Bitcoin wallet public address. Once you set up these wallets, you're going to be able to click on your Bitcoin wallet inside of your app or inside of your, if you did this on your desktop or what have you, whatever wallet you picked. Okay, you're going to be able to click on your Bitcoin and the other cryptocurrencies, I might say, and you're going to have a wallet address. This is your public wallet address. You already recorded the seed phrase because it made you do that during the setup process. And I got a video below with the Clever. If you decided to set up the Clever wallet, I've got a video that goes with that when I show you the seed phrase. Okay, record that information, but you're going to get that public Bitcoin wallet address. You can go ahead and paste that address into a notepad multiple times. Now, you don't necessarily have to secure that. You know what I mean? If it was on your desktop or in a notepad or on your phone, that's not such a big deal. Unless you want it to be totally private, you can put it on an encrypted device. But this is an address where you can receive Bitcoin. So you're going to want to share this from time to time. So if you have it on a notepad, you know, on your computer or on your phone or something like that, oh, that is okay, because this is your public address. This is not your private seed phrase. It's your public address. Get in the habit of pasting it. Say, for example, you paste it into a notepad. As an example, paste it in there multiple times and stack it on top of each other like I did right there on this illustration. And the reason you want to do this, you want to have it stacked in there multiple times, is when you copy and paste it and give it to someone or paste it somewhere where you get paid commissions, as an example, you got multiple copies of it so that you don't screw it up, okay? Also, you're going to memorize the first 3 characters and the last 3 characters. You'll do that naturally the more times you use this, because you're going to want to confirm each and every single transaction that you make, okay, with Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, okay? You're going to develop some real good habits just by looking at the first 3 or 4 characters, and then the last 3 or 4 characters, you're like, all right, that's my wallet address. I know it's right. I know it's correct. You're going to know that's your Bitcoin wallet address, public wallet. And like I just said this, always look at the first few and the last few alphanumeric characters before each transaction that you make. There are no do-overs or refunds with cryptocurrency. If you send it into cyberspace, that's where it goes. I don't know where it lands, guys, to be honest with you. I don't have a clue where it goes. Okay? Once it comes out of your wallet, I don't have a clue where it goes if you screw this up. So we're talking about sending Bitcoin. I don't know where it goes. I don't have a clue. But the same thing, receiving. You want to make sure you have that full address, the entire thing, all characters, front to back, and everything in between. All right, guys, that concludes the training. Welcome to Bitcoin, okay? And you got your wallet set up, and that's the whole purpose of this video. Bitcoin wallets and setting up a Bitcoin wallet. That's where a new person should begin. Every new person that starts in Bitcoin, the first thing they should do is set up a Bitcoin wallet. And that's why I created this video first. Okay, I wanted you guys to set up a Bitcoin wallet. You got 4 choices. You guys can set up that wallet, keep good records. I went through that. What you're going to want to do next is watch for the next lesson. I'm going to send it to you by email. That is going to be called Bitcoin exchanges. This is going to be an important video too, okay? All these videos are going to be extremely important. You're going to want to go through that video next. We'll go through that video together. I'm going to show you guys the importance of setting up an exchange. I'm going to give you a couple examples, some illustrations, and we're also going to talk about the functionality, the things that you can do with an exchange, okay? You're going to want to definitely set up some exchange and have access to exchanges for many, many reasons, which we'll talk about in the next lesson. So, all right, that's going to conclude this lesson, guys. Welcome to Bitcoin Wallets. I'll see you guys in the next training. Look for the email. Frank Calabro Jr. signing off. Thank you.